Welcome everybody, James C. Montgomery here. Glad you guys all could tune into the video here. We're kicking it right now in the J Wellness Lounge, enjoying a nice day here, and I wanted to talk about one particular thing that I wanted to mention, and that thing is actually going to be some things that you can do, more specifically a thing you can do to really help with clearing those sinuses, helping with Eustachian Tube Dysfunction, TMJ, Tinnitus. I kind of bulk all those things together because unfortunately I was diagnosed with all three of those, and so I want to start targeting things that I did that will help you all feel much better in your quest to trying to figure out how to get healed from your own condition of Eustachian Tube Dysfunction. I say your own condition. Reason being is because everyone has a different story. Some people say they woke up like I did and their ears were just plugged. They thought it was just a bout of allergies like most people. Some people have had dental issues and then later find out that had something to do with their Eustachian Tube Dysfunction. And then others, more prevalent reasons is obviously injuries, or they play a sport or something like that and it can throw your Eustachian tube out of whack. But more specifically, it's going to be a couple of things here. I want to talk about what I did, my own personal thing that I did, and that was I drank a lot of something called kombucha. This is actually the first video I did about talking about this drink. Now, I've done over 300 videos on my channel, and not one of those, I may have mentioned it as like an off topic in one of my videos about sinus issues and things like that, but never did I really go into detail about kombucha and actually making that the topic. Now, some of you probably heard about the benefits of drinking kombucha for other reasons, more so specifically digestive issues, getting that healthy gut bacteria back in check. Kombucha is going to help with that. It's a healthy probiotic. Has this particular one that I have right here is guava, and guava is extremely good. It's high in vitamin C, and it's really good to keeping your immune system together. What I always talk about, and I know I sound like a broken record, is how important it is when you have tinnitus, you have TMJ, Eustachian Tube Dysfunction, is your immune system. Reason being, with your immune system, the issue with that being a closed Eustachian tube, and you're building up toxins, you're building up fluid, and you're possibly going to get an ear infection. If your immune system is up, you're going to be able to combat that infection. You're going to go to the doctor. They're going to say it's fluid in the ear. Your ear tubes are heavily swollen, and most likely they're going to put you on some antibiotic, or even worse, a steroid, and they're going to tell you to come back. Well, the problem is that you go into that visit having never had issues with allergies, more so, and of course now with your Eustachian tube acting up, it's going to give off that false. I do want to say that it's going to kind of give off that false diagnosis in a sense that you do have allergy issues, even though most of the time you don't. And so that's kind of what happened to me. I went in, saw my doctor. He said, "Oh, what's going on with your nasal passages? You must have, you have allergies very bad right now." And I was like, okay, whatever, it's a doctor. And so, all right. So I start focusing on that. Little did I know, it was actually more than just that. It was, it was more a mechanical issue with the jaw, and just not doing well with posture. Texting, looking down at my phone, putting strain in the neck and the jaw area. Specifically, the masseter muscles become fatigued. The temporalis muscle is becoming fatigued. And then on top of all of that, not having a good regimen in place to be able to combat those infections that you're probably going to get if you have a chronic case of Eustachian Tube Dysfunction. It's not to say that, it's guaranteed, but most likely you are going to get an infection, and that's what's going to cause a lot of the problems. So that's why I needed to address that, how important it is if you have Eustachian Tube Dysfunction, how important it is to keep the good probiotics, the good healthy gut bacteria flowing, so that way you can combat a lot of the issues that you're probably going to get on your road to getting rid of it. And so I drink at least once or two, or I would drink 1 bottle or 2 bottles of these, maybe even 3 per week. I recommend, in my opinion, I wouldn't start more so that way if you're just new to the whole thing, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's an acquired taste. A lot of people who have had it before, some people make it at home, but a lot of the times it's going to be very bitter to you and not very enjoyable, and you know, it's going to be something that you're going to have to get used to taking and used to drinking. Very vinegary, has a very strong vinegar approach. I'm used to it. Obviously, I've been drinking these for about 6 years, 7 years, maybe even 8 years now, and I enjoy it. I enjoy feeling cleansed. I enjoy feeling clear all the time in my sinuses. This stuff has been really amazing to me. So I wanted to bring up how important kombucha is. You can look it up online. You can see all the amazing benefits that kombucha will bring to you. The reason why I'm bringing this up with Eustachian Tube Dysfunction is it's incredibly important when you're dealing with this issue that we keep your sinuses flushed out of buildup. You want to make sure that your sinuses are moist, but you also want to make sure that they're not building up with fluid, and that's going to come with time. If you're having muscular related issues in the jaw area, you're going to have to work on that sense. You're going to have to work on the mechanical side of it. You're going to have to, like I discussed in a lot of my videos that I will link in this particular video here, but you want to make sure you're massaging that masseter muscle. You want to make sure to massage the temporalis muscle, because that's going to be extremely important to get rid of this condition. It's going to be a process, you guys, and I just want to hop in and tell you guys that this is one of the things that I did. The reason being waiting a little longer to do a video is because I wanted to do more research on it. You would say, oh, 6-7 years, you haven't done enough research. No, it takes time to do these things, and I want all of you to understand that it's a culmination of different things. When you're going through a condition as this, you're gonna have to find your trigger point. I guess you can say you got to find your trigger point in a good way. Usually trigger points are not good, but in this sense, we're looking for a trigger point so we can work it out. And if you're dealing with this condition, it's hard to really pinpoint. Some of you are saying, what did you do? I'm going to always tell you what I did, but it's ultimately you. And that's why there's so many videos on this channel about the same conditions, is because it's going to take a multitude of things in order to figure out exactly what your thing is. Some of you out there who are in the tech field, you work on computers, you troubleshoot, you're an electrician. You can't just walk into anybody's house, because everybody's structure is different. Everybody's energy levels are different. You can't just walk in with the same diaphragm or the same or diagram, excuse me. See how much I talk about the human body. You can't just walk in with the same diagram and expect that you're going to be able to solve that particular problem using the same blueprint. So you're going to have to be sure to evaluate a multitude of different things to find that end result of healing. So I really wanted you guys to kind of tune yourself into this video, because I really want you to give it a chance. Obviously, probiotics can be found in many different forms. I won't go into all the different forms because there's so many of them, but you guys know of a lot of different ones. There's yogurt, there's types of fruit that has probiotics in it that you can take. Obviously, there's supplementation with probiotics in it, but there's tons of ways you can get good healthy gut bacteria probiotics into your system. And the reason why I say this is, for me particularly, this is easier for me because I'm always on the go and I need to be able to get those nutrients in. Not only are we talking probiotics, but this particular, there's a trace amount of there's black tea, there's green tea in this drink here, and it's going to give you a lot of B vitamins. There's lots of B vitamins in these drinks, and I am a big fan of B vitamins. Very low sugar as well. So honestly, folks, do your research, but this is what's really helped me a lot when I was struggling. I gave up soda years ago, and so this was my way of I wouldn't even say it's a replacement, because soda isn't giving you anything. So you're not really usually when you replace something, you replace if it was giving you something else, but soda was giving me nothing but agony and bad health. So I added this drink, and it's been a miracle worker for me with the addition to red light therapy, good exercise, good, my sleep is still not the best, but it balances with the other things that I am doing, so that helps a lot. So folks, check out kombucha. It's going to help you with Eustachian tube dysfunction. I can tell you that right now, because it helps with your sinuses, it helps with healthy gut bacteria, keeps you cleansed. And anytime you promote and put this kind of diet regimen into your lifestyle, you're going to get benefits. But of course, there's circumstances with every person, so be sure you want to check with your doctor first before you start implementing anything new into your diet. But do your research. You don't have to just take my word for it, but I'm telling you right now, that's what I did, and it helped me tremendously. And to this day, I drink them and I feel phenomenal. So I hope this video was very helpful for you all. I hope this is something that you can try and you'll get good benefits from it as well. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and step out of the J Wellness studio and leave you in good hands with this video. I ask you all to subscribe to my channel so you can get the latest, greatest health and wellness videos, motivation, yoga, and meditation. But before I let you go, I'd like to leave you with one thing. Being well is feeling well. Feeling well is doing well. Doing well is living well. Take care, everybody. Talk to you all soon.